In this video, I'm bringing you and bringing myself the most important reminder that any of us will ever receive in our lives. I wasn't planning to film today. I was just given a really startling piece of news probably less than an hour ago. As a desire to be in service, as a desire to capture emotional states, because I think emotion is a place of power and movement and change. I wanted to capture the feelings that I have right now and share them with you, and I really hope you take time to connect and resonate with this and let this truly affect how you live as I let this truly affect how I live my everyday life. I'm Christopher Gill, and I've spent time thinking about relationships, studying them. I want to be your best friend, your brother, your daddy, and I hope that we can continue growing and talking about anything. Let's dive in. I was just given news that someone I know not well, but was about to spend a very intensive 3-day workshop with in about 4 days, was found dead. This is not someone who was old. It's not someone who seemed to be sick, and I really don't know all the details of what happened other than a soul that was here on this earth is now gone. And of course, me saying that is not something that any of us don't know, right? We all know people that pass like that in ways that you would never expect, in car accidents, in sickness, and any other way. We all live with the knowledge on some level that death is quite literally just right around the corner, and none of us are guaranteed tomorrow, but we don't live as if this is really going to happen. And I think this is really powerful to consider, as this whole channel is about sex and human positivity and growth. So I want to really challenge you today with a number of questions that I hope you take, you write down, you think about, and you decide how and if they are going to affect your life, and the completely correct and accurate remembrance that this may all be over for you way sooner than any of us think. You know, a phrase that was put out first by the Greek Stoic philosophers, but I think is still, of course, equally as relevant because people are still dying all the time today, is Memento Mori. And that quite literally means remember, you must die. You must die, I must die. Everyone we come in contact with, everyone we see every single day will soon be dead. What are we going to do with this knowledge? How is this going to affect our lives and our relationships and how we love ourselves and the people around us? I challenge you to ask yourself, how often are you making decisions based on an attitude of a 100% guaranteed tomorrow? You know, we talk about doing things, we talk about wanting to do things, we talk about forgiving, we talk about putting ourselves out there, but we really treat it not like our demise, our potential end is right around the corner, but like it's many years in the future. And that abdication of responsibility removes the weight of this quest that we're on and the demand that we should take very seriously to say, hey, how am I living today? And if my death was tomorrow, am I okay with how I treated my time and how I lived right now? You should ask yourself, is the knowing of your potential death and that it could come very soon, does that encourage you to love harder? Does it encourage you to keep short accounts? Does it encourage you to forgive? Does it inspire you to put yourself out there? Does it inspire you and compel you to be a beacon of love in a world that really needs it? Or do you play small? Do you permit things in yourself and in your life and in the lives of people around you that you would permit and allow if you knew that you or them were not going to be here in a very short number of days? I usually take notes before I make videos to try and keep my thoughts in line. And there was a phrase that came to mind about permitting or allowing things. And I think it's pretty powerful. And this is what I want you to write in the comments, because I want you to remember this and think about this every day. The phrase is, what you permit, you promote. What you allow, you encourage. And what you condone, you own. And what I want you to do is I want to change the word you, and I want you to put I there. So what you're going to write is, what I permit, I promote. What I allow, I encourage, and what I condone, I own. And I felt myself when I read this and when I wrote it down on here and I changed the you from the I felt my body reacting to the amount of ownership I was taking over these things and over every area of my life by changing the outward you to the inward I. And I know that feeling of almost butterflies in my stomach, a tightening and not growing, is that there are areas in my life that I am not taking full responsibility for. And I'm permitting things that I don't want to promote. I'm allowing things I don't want to encourage, and I'm condoning things that I really don't want to own. How are you doing that? And I really can't think of any better way to really take stock of your life and to take stock of your decisions and to take stock of how you're living than the knowledge that we could be dead very, very, very soon. And I think it's really, really powerful. So I want to leave you with something, and this has obviously been a heavy video. This is a serious topic. This is a topic full of usually negative emotions, of fear, of dread, but it doesn't have to be, because you are not dead. I am not dead. We are here talking right now. And so that means you still have power, you still have time, and you can still affect positive change starting right now. I really think the best response in the face of us knowing that we may pass very soon is to, again, instead of focusing on outcomes and specific goals that we want to achieve, because we realize if we can't even affect the time of our death, we really can't affect whether or not we actually accomplish this thing. So instead of focusing on the accomplishment or the goal, focusing on how you are living today, what systems have you put in place? What actions are you taking that if today was your day, that if you died 30 minutes after watching this video, that you could feel in your soul and you would know that you are taking the steps, that you are doing what you should do, you are living the life that you want to live, that it really doesn't matter when your time comes because you are the person you want to be. And you're taking the steps that you would take if you die tomorrow or in 100 years from now. My promise to you, and what I want your promise to me to be and to yourself, is that you will allow reminders like this video, and that I will allow reminders like what I experienced about an hour ago to encourage me, to compel me, to push and motivate me to living a life in alignment with who I am and who I want to be in my absolute best self. That I will love with as much abandonment and as much freedom as I can, that I will forgive, and that I will take the decisions and I will take steps every single day to be proud of the person I am, to be proud of the decisions I made, and to never allow a potential for tomorrow and for the attitude of course I have another day, of course I have many, many more years, to allow me to do things that I would not be happy with. And if I look down the moment after I died at the last day and the last week of my life, that I point to those decisions, I say, yes, you did the right thing here. Yes, you fought for what you wanted here. Yes, you stood for love here. And I think if we do that more, I think if we live in that knowing, the amount of change that we will create for ourselves and for the world will absolutely be awe-inspiring and quite literally life-changing.